Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am Dr. Claudia Albers, Planet X research and professional physicist. And today I'd like to bring to you another one of my articles. This one is entitled, Why is Video of Earth from the ISS produced in a studio? So here I feature a video which seems to be of the Earth from the International Space Station, or ISS. It seems to be from 2014. As you can see, it says here published December 23, 2014. It's entitled Amazing ESA Time-Lapse Video of Earth from the International Space Station. But this video appears to be a simulation, not of the real Earth at all. And this video is courtesy of the ESA, and that means it comes from the European Space Agency. Now, one of the things we see here is this brown edge. And this brown edge is of uniform width through the length of it that we see. And so it's very strange. It does not appear to be the atmosphere because it's opaque. The atmosphere is of course transparent, and we're not actually supposed to see it at all unless there are clouds there, and this appears to have been made at night, so the atmosphere is the sun wouldn't be shining on it at all, so the atmosphere shouldn't be visible, and the Earth shouldn't have therefore this brown edge on it. But there's a brown edge on there of uniform width. So the Earth is a sphere, as I said, and its edge should be illuminated by different amounts at different positions. So a brown edge on the Earth with uniform width is impossible. This indicates that this is a simulation. The aurorae, most likely, the screen here would be a simulation of the aurora. And it's most likely a projection onto a screen, most likely a disc-shaped screen. The edge may be simulating the atmosphere, but as I said, it's opaque. It's not even semi-transparent, so it cannot be the Earth's real atmosphere. And this means that this video cannot be showing the real Earth. So here's another screenshot from that video from a little further into the video, and you can see the brown edge is still there. It is clearly still opaque, still the same width. We do see two dots there which may simulate the stars, but it's obvious that it's just part of the projection. Now, any light edge on the Earth would be produced by the sun illuminating the Earth, and it would be impossible for the edge of the Earth to continue to be illuminated by the same amount. So this was due to illumination from the sun. It's the same everywhere. And if it was the sun, it would be illuminating different parts of the Earth by different amounts. And especially as the spacecraft or the ISS changes position with respect to the Earth, it would change with respect to the sun. Then we should see a difference in the lighting, the illumination at the edge. So this is actually a very badly done simulation. It does not appear real in any way. And this is from further on. As you can see, it looks like the space station has moved further away from the pole. Could be the North or the South Pole. We still see the same edge there, which is, as I said, cannot be the atmosphere, cannot be the real edge of the Earth either. And here brightness appears, and this would probably be due to the sun rising on and shining onto this part of the Earth. You can see it's below this brown edge, which we know is not the atmosphere. And so this is a projection as well. You can see it's not even transparent or semi-transparent. Looks completely opaque there, this blue. So this is obviously part of the projection. And Then the sun seems to get brighter, but we see that the brightness of the sun is actually coming from this beam of light. And the sun would not be in the form, the real sun would not be in the form of a real beam, because the sun is a spherical object and it's much larger than the earth. And as you can see, this looks like a uniform width beam, and therefore a wide laser beam shining onto here. And this seems to suggest that it may actually be a concave type of disk. So there is some upward curvature moving towards the vertically upwards. So maybe a concave surface, so that a light beam from there can shine on this part of what it simulates the Earth, but it must be raised a little bit higher than perhaps another portion lower down there. So, and then it becomes even brighter. As you can see, it's still a beam of light, it's still a laser beam, cannot be the real sun. And even brighter, we can still see that this is a beam of light. This cannot be the real sun. The sun is 100 times larger than the Earth. So when it shines on the Earth, it shines on the whole Earth, as well as above and below the Earth. So there is no way that the real sun would project a beam of light onto the Earth. This is clearly a simulation done in the studio. And in this one, which also appears in the video, we can see the brown edge here. We can see the top of the atmosphere. Perhaps that's what they simulate is brown. And then there's this green, which would simulate the aurora, I suppose. And so again, and this would be the clouds. How is it possible for the Earth's upper atmosphere to be light brown? The Earth's upper atmosphere is supposed to be transparent. And in this one, we actually get to see the light source that projected that laser beam onto the simulation of the Earth. And there it is. There seem to be some beams coming from it, from above there. And so this, it seems, is the ISS Sun Simulator. So the fact that the Earth appears not to be real but rather simulation in this featured ESA video means that this cannot be real ISS video footage. It has to be a simulation created in a studio using a disc-shaped projector for the Earth and a light source which emits laser beams of varying power. This suggests that any ISS video footage may in fact be a simulation, and that the ISS Sun Simulator is in fact a small light source inside the studio where the video footage is produced. The ESA appears to therefore be lying to the public about the true source of this ISS footage, which seems to come from the ISS studio rather than from the ISS in orbit around the Earth. Thus, the question that I think we should ask ourselves now is why? Why is all this simulated? It is not just simulated either. The simulation is extremely badly done. A true filmmaking studio would do a much better job at reproducing space and space conditions than NASA and other allied agencies such as the ESA seem to be doing. It is as if they are doing it badly on purpose. It is as if they want the public to know that they are faking everything. Why? Why would they do that? And here's another very purposeful mistake. And here we see it appears to be the astronauts on the ISS taking a photograph. You see they're grabbing onto each other. They pulled up their shirts as if to say, oh, gravity is not actually keeping my clothes on my body, but I can just open the window. So basically they are telling us that this is fake. it's done on purpose. And this was shown by the boogeyman on a Planet X News live stream on September 22nd, 2018. Is it just funny, or is there an agenda behind all this obvious fakery? Now, the reason to me appears to be the same as the reason why they promote the flat earth disinformation and the planets and the sun being close to the earth and orbiting the earth instead of all the planets orbiting the sun. They seem to want the public to forget about the solar system that the real God and creator of the universe created, and to start believing that all there is to this planet is what is on it and what they have placed in its atmosphere. In other words, all the holographic projections and devices that simulate the real planets and the sun, which were created by God, the creator of the universe. The reason why these have become necessary is because the sun has been drained and appears not to be shining anymore. You may look at article 340 entitled Solar Observatory Evacuated. What did they discover about the sun? But they have used the opportunity to do much more than replace the real sun, moon, and I say stars, but I mean planets. They appear to want to change man's perception of the universe. It is as if a fake God appears to be setting his universe up, at least one which he can control, and his universe extends only to the upper edge of the Earth's atmosphere. And here's an image also provided by the boogeyman on the Planet X News live stream of September 22nd, 2018. And this is the ISS set in a studio, and it's on Earth. This is not in space at all. This seems to be what the ISS really is. This is where the astronauts go to be filmed. They're basically actors. But and everything's faked, and there's lots of evidence that it's fake. They don't seem to mind. It's as if they are doing it just to tell the public that it is fake. Why? Is it because they want us to believe that we cannot go into space and that all there is to the universe is the Earth and its atmosphere? So, in conclusion, a time-lapse video of the Earth from 2014 and supposedly taken from the ISS appears to be a simulation done in a studio. This suggests that all ISS video footage may in fact be a simulation and that none are showing the Earth from space. The deception is carried out in such an obvious manner that it becomes clear that it is done on purpose. This suggests that the powers that be want the Earth's population to think that the Earth and its atmosphere is all there is to the universe. They may even want us to believe that the Earth is flat. And for more details on the Earth being flat, you may look at article 311 entitled Settling the Flat versus Spherical Earth question. And those are the references. This is Dr. Claudia Albers, Planet X physicist. Thank you for watching.